just like the TV show.
Yeah, be careful. Sometimes Nick gets a nosebleed, so.
You're hyping me up on bubbly.
Yeah, you get wild. And everybody knows Susies are real big jerks.
Putting jumper cables from the front of the truck to the trailer.
Welcome to the Venture Into Moving podcast with your higgity host, Nate Becker. That's me.
All right, I'm here with Chace McHone of 541 Junk. We're getting together.
McHone.
McHone?
Yeah.
Dude, how come I wrote Mahone?
Spelt the same way though.
So
No, let's go with Mahone today.
No, you said McHone?
Yeah.
How'd I get it wrong all my life? Dude, I'm the worst.
Hey, don't tell anybody that.
MCHONE?
Yep.
McHone.
Yep. Capital M, capital H.
So I wrote the capitals right?
You did. You got it all right. Don't
Whoa.
show them all the goodies though.
Anyway, welcome to the Venture in the Business podcast. I'm here with Chace McHone.
Chace McHone. Yep, that's right.
Sure.
Hi everybody.
I've only known you for a decade.
All of Nate's friends. Yeah.
How'd I get it
That's how
wrong?
it's pronounced.
All right, sweet. Well, I appreciate you coming into the home office here. Just me, you, and my main man, Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice Nick.
Yeah, be careful. Sometimes Nick gets a nosebleed, so
Okay.
you don't want to. Oh, no.
Oh man.
Anyway, Chace is here with 541 Junk. How long has 541 Junk been in business? What is its origin story? Because every superhero has an origin story.
That's fair. Well, we're rolling into 6 years. 2024 was our best year, and our toughest year was obviously the startup.
Yeah.
Which
Your
is
toughest year was
also-
your first year?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Sick.
Just because figuring everything out, we weren't pricing very high either. We were trying to get, our foot in the door, meet a lot more people, provide our service, just have them experience, the process start to finish of our service. So
Well, take me back in time real fast. Let's go back and we'll start from the beginning. So we'll go back into when you just started it. Let's say week 1. How did you get your first job? Did you do it by yourself? And how did you price it?
great question. My business partner, Alex Corrales.
Mm-hmm. See, last names are hard.
Yes, that's right. Now I'm struggling. I got choked up there.
Alex is the man.
He is, a coach of mine growing up, mentor at the shortest. He had a roofing business that was in Central Oregon for a long time, called Corrales Construction.
Yeah.
Choking up on his name again.
See, last names are hard.
Yeah, and that was really successful, great business for a while. And his family and him decided they were going to pack up and go to Florida.
Oh.
So
When was that?
I want to say it was also about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And he had equipment, trucks and trailers, and had them sitting when the business closed, and had a friend call and say, hey, we're moving out of state as well. And we have some extra debris that we're going to have left behind when we load our U-Haul.
You talking a dump trailer?
Yeah, there's a dump trailer and a pickup truck.
Oh, awesome.
We should have told him about higher ground moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went by, we took care of it. It was probably a half load. They gave us $150. We went to the landfill.
How much did it cost?
$12 to get rid of.
Okay.
And I think that's when the light, shot on for the both of us. We were like, wow, there's a little bit of margin here.
Mm-hmm.
And so just for fun, we went back. Alex created a website, was staying up countless nights, kind of obsessing on the back end, the SEO, and getting familiar and really self-teaching himself, start to finish on building the web, or everything from building the website to getting it ranked on the first page of Google.
Well, the name's perfect. I mean,
right? Yep, 541.
Yeah, it's our area code.
That's
obviously.
right. And yeah, so I think at first, I don't know exactly how it works, but you're on Google and you're 200 pages back until you work on that ranking.
Mm-hmm.
And from what he expressed, it was a nightmare to get to the first page and to stay there as well. So that's something that I'm really, really thankful that I had him to help with, because when that took place, that's when we really started to see a big turn in business and in volume.
It's great that you had a mentor. Well, besides that, so you had your truck, your trailer, You said we, so it's been you and at least one other person.
Yes. In the beginning, it was actually just Alex and I.
Okay, so it's just you and Alex, and then
That's right.
How did you get your first client? You say that's how you got your first client, but then how did you get word of mouth out there? How did you get other people to call you? How did you get people actually to call you?
Great question. So it's still floating around to this day, but there's an app called Neighborhood or
Nextdoor, right?
Nextdoor.
Yeah.
And that's where it all started, right? We got
social media.
I would say so. Yeah. It's right now it's a lot of people that just rant and rave and neighbors. Hey, what was that boom last night?
Dude.
You hear
that boom was me, baby.
That's right. So essentially, we got little ads that we put together that offered our services, which were gutter cleaning, pine needles. We would actually come and rake properties up, doing smaller stuff, just putting that trailer to use.
Yeah.
Junk removal, basic household items, appliances, things of that nature.
Were you guys doing a demolition at the beginning? If someone wanted their...
Maybe on a small scale, sheds, hot tubs, stuff like that. Yeah.
Hot tubs, no thanks.
Yeah, no kidding. But, now that I think about it, we would do some backyards of concrete. We'd break them up, throw them in the trailer.
Dude, you're doing the things no one wants to do.
Right.
Moving broken up concrete, it doesn't make it lighter.
No, that's right. It just takes longer.
Did you ever get
more
too much?
cleanup.
Did you ever get too much concrete in the back of your trailer and not be able to raise it up or put too much weight?
We have.
Of course.
Alex set me up one time. One morning he called me. He was real early, probably 7. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Would you just want to roll in the truck with me to the landfill? We'll get some breakfast after."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah."
Cool, bro.
And so I just wore shorts and some high boots, right? So we get there, that happens, and we have to throw all the pieces of concrete out. All the rubbish is falling into the boots, and we earned our breakfast.
Yeah, I guess that shows you to always come prepared to work, even if you think you're just whatever.
That's right.
Show up ready.
That's right.
Because life, especially once there's no more Alex around, life doesn't care.
That concrete's still there.
Yeah, it's still got to move, brother.
I don't have a muscle house to help. Yeah. And so it was kind of cool. It was fun in the beginning because we were, I wouldn't say inexperienced. Well, maybe I would, but we were
just naive to it.
Totally. Yeah. We were like, hey, all this money's coming in. We're getting paid the same day for the most part. And we're working our butts off. We're kind of just splitting it down the middle.
And dudes like working their butts off. Like there's a certain breed of guy who just like, hell yeah, I put in a heavy day today.
Yes, totally.
You know what I mean?
And no, exactly. And I'd say we were naive to what we were doing with the money and our earnings. I was super naive, not so much Alex, but I was like, hey, I'm going to work just as hard tomorrow and get paid tomorrow as well. So I'll just spend this money today, right? And eventually we evolved. We got an operating account, small salaries set for ourselves that we could grow the business and, inflate it and throw back into it as much as we could.
Yeah.
Still be able to pay our bills and
winter comes. Sometimes jobs don't show up, or what if the excavator, what if the truck breaks down?
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we do a reset each year where we spend most of our money towards the end, and we're like starting fresh, come the start of the
starting fresh, but 30% or more bigger.
Correct.
Yeah. Fresh but bigger.
We got more equipment. We're ready to tackle more and take more on. So that's always a good feeling at the start of the year.
Well, dude, that concrete got me thinking. This question's 2-part.
Okay.
So what's the heaviest thing, or the biggest, heaviest, bulkiest, the thingiest thing you've ever moved, and what's the biggest job you've done so far?
Okay.
At 541.
I'm going to answer those backwards real fast.
So I'm talking about Pulp Fiction. Let's do this.
Okay, so I'll say the biggest job that we have tackled to date was at the end of 2024 last year. 1,000 Trails. Have you heard of them?
Oh, it should, though. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there is. There's one in Sun River. I think they have like 300 plus acres, and it's a huge RV park. Lots of build up over the years. They have a maintenance center in the back.
Okay.
So they've stuffed trailers back there that are, abandoned.
From the 70s or whatever.
Totally. Junk, you name it. There's thousands of park benches that were around the property that all got piled in one pile.
What do you do with this stuff?
We actually have to break it all down and segregate it the best we can. so we can save cost.
Like metal
And,
with metal or
yes.
copper? Okay.
Yeah, so we'll those benches, for example, we took all the wood and put it in one pile with a mini excavator, and we separated and put it on all the steel in another, and that helped us utilize the steel return to invest it back into the project with other dump fees and things of that nature.
Smart. It's probably a lot of ways you can junk something but recycle it.
Yeah, appliances, for example, we do the same thing. Take those to some local steel yards here in town, and try to do that as much as we can.
Yeah.
The landfill, they used to charge $8 for a fridge, and now it's 20.
Oh,
so it's not a big jump, but when you have a bed full of
no, it's a big jump. It's a big jump percentage wise. Plus, I'm sure. I mean, I know you at least care a little bit about nature and where you're at. Of course. At least a micro. I mean, I've seen you once or twice. I saw a guy litter and you cried a little bit.
I did.
You do. You're not that kind of guy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put it in the back of your truck and you deal with it.
This is true. I'm not a litter bee. But in Central Oregon, recycling is a huge movement too, right? As it should be all over. But we try to assure our customers, if we're doing like nice furniture removals, that we're going to donate, just kind of like your business as well. That we're not just going to go and throw it in the landfill. And you know,
if it can be repurposed in any way, it's part of your how you run your business that you want it to be taken care of properly.
100%.
That makes sense. And the biggest
tax break.
Yeah.
The biggest. Sorry, I was going to say. I thought you were asking.
I know it's all good, dude. Yeah. Plus, obviously, the tax breaks. But
yeah, and I'd say so. The biggest project that we've done was the start of it. All there was cars, vehicles, campers.
Sounds like a huge project.
Vans, yeah. I mean, the list goes on. But when we got all of the debris and the metals and everything segregated and taken away, we had to come and do a bunch of slash piles that were built up. They're trees and brush, logs that the Forest Service came in and cut and left there.
Oh.
And they circle back and usually do big burns. And they made a new rule set that you can't burn at all anymore at the Thousand Trails. Clients and people that are staying there for long term were complaining about the smoke.
Yeah.
A lot of retired folk and
and of course. I mean, I just talked to the last podcast was a guy who was doing a clean air initiative. So this resonates. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And so job security for us, we needed to go and actually haul that debris away. We had Public Services came in. They helped us. They dropped, I want to say 26 to 28 bins. We filled all those.
You talking the big boys?
Yeah, the big 40-yard, 50-yard bins. We filled all those with brush and slash piles, and they go and recycle and chip all of it. So that
and then we buy it back for $40 a bag or whatever.
That's right. That's right. I try to give them some grief, like, hey, give us a discount when we come to get some product.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you can see out front, I need to remulch this spring, so
well, we'll get it looking good.
Good. So you're moving forward. You're 6 years deep, you say. What's it like? You're getting jobs. Jobs are probably coming in just as fast as you can handle them. What's it like hiring in Central Oregon? I know it feels like everybody here has a job already.
Yeah, it's tough, especially if McDonald's and Wendy's are paying $22 to start or more.
How do you keep up with that? How do they do that? Like,
I know.
What is that meat if they can pay them? What's that?
That's some good meat. Yeah. Well, I think environment is a big deal, right? I would want to spend my time if I was put in a position where I could go hang out with a really awesome camaraderie. Everyone gets along. There's lots of laughs and entertainment, fun things we're coming across, cool items.
Every day is different as a junker.
It is.
Because you guys have worked at Higher Ground Moving, and my guys have worked at 5 for 1. We played, and there's always stories. And junkers aren't movers, and movers aren't junkers.
That's fair.
They're not the same breed.
And we respect the movers because you guys are good at preserving and keeping things in good shape.
And then we see you guys with sledgehammers just like, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. We're not as good. And I like to tell our clients that too when we get new work where, hey, these guys are professional with care.
Oh, man, we'll refer to you all the time too.
Yeah, so. We're professional with, demo and taking things apart. So, and that's another shift I wanted to bring up is we're transitioning into doing a lot more interior demo. So we're taking kitchens, bathrooms, whole entire houses apart.
Oh, nice.
Flooring, base trim, things of that nature. And it's been a really good, I guess, filler for when winter comes and us contractors are dealing with the slower months.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, everyone.
That's right. It feels like everyone gets hit.
It feels like there's a big seize up. I don't know about you, but it was a pretty good year for us. You said you had
it was.
Right?
But if I didn't have that void, it would have been probably some more holes in our schedules and trying to, scramble to find the work and keep the guys at flow.
Well, now that we're back at the present day, give me a list of everything that you're offering now. Because I hop on the social medias and I check you guys out with your smiling faces and you're doing this and you're doing your that. I see excavators sometimes. I'm always thinking like, what do you not do? You're all of a sudden the hot tub's in the air. Like
That's a great thought. Yeah, so we are doing like a lot of land clearing. Mm-hmm. But for an example, there's a hoarder site where maybe someone's lived for 30 plus years and they're now either moving away or no longer. We'll come in and take care of everything so that it can hit the market and
like the TV show
again. It's just like the TV show.
No way.
Bigger smiles. Yeah.
No way.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I want to see more of this. I want to take this little camera here. I gotta quit wasting just you and I on the couch hanging out with Nick Cage. Let's get on the job, dude.
I can smell it. I can smell some junk somewhere close.
That's my house, man. Chill out.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm all about it. So you're growing 6 years deep. This is beautiful. You're offering all sorts of.
And to simplify it, we do everything small. We do small stuff up to the big scale stuff. Like we'll come and do single items, a fridge, a washer and dryer, all the way up to those huge, clean outs where we're bringing in extra resources to get it done in a fraction of the time.
Okay. Well, I have a deep, serious, philosophical, horrible question for you.
Yeah.
I'm looking through the phone book. Why am I going to choose you? I have other companies to choose from. There's more than one junker in town.
You do know,
buddy.
Yeah.
So why?
So great question.
Right.
I would say just because we were up there when there wasn't any competition and there wasn't any junk removal businesses here in town. There was, I'm trying to think of his name. There's obviously the college hunks that started when we first got, established. And I think Central Oregon Junk Removal might have been another one. And so what we've done is gotten a lot of experience within the last 6 years and knowing the needs of our clients and pretty much making it super painless to deal with us start to finish. So from the moment they give us a call, we make it a really easy process by having them send photos, a short description, giving them, a rough price right then and there. So we're not having to waste time doing meetups.
Oh, you can do that? Do you have do you guys use a CRM or a customer relations manager? Or?
Yes, we have used some systems that we put in place. And they just got a little spunky at times.
Convoluted.
A bunch of notifications.
So you do it easy? You just send them texts? Or?
Yeah. In my opinion, it makes it feel a little bit more personable.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm texting them. I wouldn't call it old school because we're texting. Right?
It's the new school, old school.
Yeah, but we'll also go and take a look at stuff too. Mm-hmm. That's not our only option. My point is that I'd like to see what they would like to do, which route they would go, what makes things easiest on them. And we always follow and try to accommodate best as possible.
Yeah.
Whether that's pricing issues, maybe predicaments they're in financially. We just like to work with people.
It's a community.
Totally. And I know that that's going to go a lot longer than me making a little bit more money on the job. If we can go the extra mile and help somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of great competition out there, I'm sure. And I'm sure they're helping the community in other ways too, giving back and doing great things. So I don't want to knock anybody else.
I didn't hear you.
But I just think that's how we set ourselves apart. We're super personable. And we go the extra mile. Like each client that we come across, I look at them essentially like, I don't want to say family. It's a little dramatic.
Yeah.
But I put myself in their shoes big time. And
you care.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of it's evident when we meet you, when anybody meets you, that you care, that you have their best interests, and you're here to get the job done, and as best as you can do, as best as it can be done, as best is it within their budget, if that's a restraint.
Totally. And we're transparent with our needs too, and what we kind of need to meet to take the job on.
Like you're saying, I mean, hiring is tough. You got to pay the guys.
That's right. And we don't want to turn jobs down and people down. We just want to let them know and be transparent that it would cost us about this much to complete this project. And this is around the where we need to be to take it on.
Mm-hmm.
And we completely understand if, that can't be met all the time.
Yeah.
So
if you want a fraction of that project done, we can do it for the price.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it's just the way it is. And you'll find your people. You keep doing the right thing, you'll find your people. Speaking of finding your people, how are you marketing now? I mean, is Alex still your man behind the computer hitting the keys?
He is, yes. And I know he does a little bit of outsourcing too, to Pakistan and India. But he also is really hands-on with it too, because he likes to see final touches and, our presence, working out, whether that's our web presence. I don't know. I think he just really gets off on the idea of, it being successful. Because like I was saying earlier, you can get to the top, but if you neglect it, it'll just fade away.
You got a lot of people vying for the spot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And to answer your question, sorry, I'm going off track here.
No, that's what it's all about, man.
Got me feeling nervous.
Long form. I got you drinking the bubbly right now, so
you're hyping me up on bubbly.
Yeah, you're getting wild.
Well, we do Facebook, Instagram.
What are your handles?
541 Junk Removal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Shout us out.
Yeah.
Google Ads is great. We're trying to make sure that I feel like Google has a bunch of arms, whether it's voice search on the maps, Google Ads, and there's another one. I think it's the ranked. Anyhow,
the LSA, there's the local search.
The local.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Having all those meshed together as one wheel, I feel, is the very best way to get the most traction. If I had to say, the highest percentage of our clients probably come from Google, outside of all of our other social media.
Yeah, I was paying an ad company to do our pay-per-click, and we're getting really good response, but I just turned it off. I'm having conflicts with paying the beast, Google. And then really, I come first. My money comes first. If Google's making me enough money, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to pay the beast because let's be real here. I got kids, I got bills.
Yeah.
But I'm taking a little break from the beast to see how it's working. And
good for you.
It's been the busiest few months we've had. I'm not sure because I stepped away from Google and I stepped heavy into recording videos. That's why I started the Dang Old Podcast.
Yeah.
It's actually called the Venture in the Business Podcast, not the Dang Old. But
so, are you all organic then? For
right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we've done that too, by the way. And
I take it back one little step. I'm paying an online publication. Shout out to the Bend Buzz. The Bend Buzz, if you're here in Central Oregon, it's a free newsletter. You can just sign up for it. It's epic. It tells you what's going on in Central Oregon. There's so much going on, and it's hard to filter it through, and you can't always rely on the source for everything. So yeah, check out the Bend Buzz.
Sweet. Shout out Ben Buzz. And so, shoot, where was I going here?
Hey man, we're running in circles because we're talking about the bubbly,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's all good because I want you to do a couple more things with me. There's a lot of moving parts. Have you ever had any close calls? Guys hurt? Have you ever had a heart attack on the job? You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, that's a great question.
It's a tough one. You don't want to really
There's
answer
so
that.
many, right?
Well, while you're thinking, let me tell you with me real quick. Right now, we just had a guy come back from a month off on workers' comp for just rolling his ankle on the job, carrying something that my 5'2" wife was previously carrying. So, and he's 6'7" or something, like Big Cody. It's just, you never know when something wrong can happen, and you're out there like pushing around knives, on sticks, and you're like a couple thousand pounds, crazy stuff. You got tetanus just growing on everything. So
yes, so super important making sure we're covered, and the guys are covered. And yeah, you're right. We're coming across a lot of pokies, nails, tetanus, you name it. So it's important that before we get into some of those more complex jobs, we sit and we have discussions diving into it, what to look for, what to focus on. It's easy, especially in demo, when you're pulling boards off, throwing them on the ground, and you're still walking around working like a madman. Next thing you know, nails right through the foot.
Yeah.
And so
has that happened?
Oh yeah, totally. And to myself, just not to the guys yet, thank God.
Dude, that'd be so sad.
But I get to live through it first, and then
then please, here's a picture of me with a 2x4 in my foot.
We'll just hang it in the truck on their way to work, right?
But nothing too bad. Like I had a moving company guy. He had one of his leads broke his wrist because he was carrying a safe that just got jostled and it snapped his wrist.
Oh man. Shoot, I don't want to talk about myself here. I think we've gotten really lucky. I've gotten hurt a lot, but the guys haven't gotten hurt just quite yet.
You're the crash test.
I am, totally. I try to go into the door first, right? And walk through all the booty traps.
Yeah, you'll be the man who walked into the bar and tells everyone behind you to duck, right?
That's right. I'm trying to think of something specific. We had a hot tub come out of our Isuzu and fall onto another vehicle in the landfill.
I bet you that was fun.
Yeah, not much damage. Nothing crazy happened, but it was still an insurance claim and something we had to work through.
Yeah, something terrifying as it was happening, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I think he was just hanging out watching it happen. Hopefully this hits in a good spot.
Yeah. All right. Well, has business been steady?
It has been. Yep. We're really busy. Guys are about 40 hours a week right now. And
what size of crew you got?
We have 3 in the field, and then I'm out there now pretty much full time. And my sweet wife and our back end crew are helping with, inbound calls, scheduling, invoicing, you name it.
You gotta get out of the field, man. My business started doing so much better when I wasn't in it day to day. When I'm working in my business, no one's getting better service, but I'm serving one client at a time. When I'm working on my business, I get to service all the clients a little bit at a time. I think I have a much bigger impact.
That's awesome. What's funny is I was sitting there for a while actually recently, and I converted back to running back to the field. Mm-hmm. It's like I was getting claustrophobic in the office, right? And I love that.
It's because you weren't doing enough.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going on.
That's okay. Sure. I have to preach, but to me, when I'm in here and I'm not doing enough, then I tell myself that I suck. It's the negative self-talk, like you're not even.
That's great.
And then if I'm not doing stuff, I'm not writing things down and moving forward, then it's hard. So I can see why you would want to get back in the field if you weren't.
Yeah, but
not to say you weren't doing it.
That's great, and it also allows you to be able to do more walkthroughs and connect with customers when you're not in the field, right? And I count that as the field as well, making sure I'm staying ahead of the guys, closing on projects, and making sure there's just lots in the pipeline for the guys behind me.
Yeah, that's really what's more important, because you need to make sure that your guys are fed.
That's right.
Or they're going to go somewhere else to get food. They're going to figure it out.
And luckily they've been really loyal and awesome. And they see that there is some bumps sometimes, but we're for the most part really steady.
Yeah.
My example would be when it snows, because we do snow removal as well.
You didn't even say that before.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, and to list all my services, we do snow removal, demolition, land clearing, junk removal, yard debris cleanouts, and from time to time some gutter cleans.
Okay.
Only if you need it.
There's not that.
No steep.
No steep roofs. No, I get on roofs. Remember back in the day we used to get on roofs?
That's right.
Doing the snow.
That's right. Yeah, and so.
And you said December 2024 was maybe your best month to date? Did I hear that, or did I hear that wrong?
I was going to say December was, which is so odd because that's the slow season, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone's prepping for Christmas. Just got done with Thanksgiving.
Nobody spends money in December, and then in January they're all burnt out from spending all that money in December.
That's right. No, you'll feel it, and I think we all do in the service industry.
Well, at least you have some cold weather things to get you through.
That's right.
But if you were to do this all over again, if you were to jump in a time machine and talk to Chace of the past, or if you were to just talk to, this is what you're going to be doing right now, talking to anybody who might be trying to start their own junk removal, small bit, whatever they can do, something that's kind of a lower barrier of entry, what would you recommend to them?
Prioritizing being super personable. Being hands-on and helping the client with the process start to finish. And I can probably only speak for the service industry.
Yeah.
Getting into the service industry. Working on your brand awareness, advertising your hats and your shirts that you wear every day, down to maybe your website and your social media. appearance, whether that's like Nate, where you're out there, you're exposing yourself and kind of showing what the projects and your process looks like, and also the back end stuff. It's kind of cool to see, what goes on behind the scenes as well. But I would focus on learning all those aspects, not just being really, really fast and efficient in the field, because we've ran into, if that's the one focus you have, you'll run out of the work because you'll work it so fast. And if you're not working on the other side of things, it feels like it'll catch itself. So yeah, developing your social media presence and just having a good base to work off of, and something you can be proud of, whether that's passing out business cards and I would say maybe not making as much money in the beginning and trying to take a little more sacrifice to take less return to get more, experience, get your name out there, and maybe some more word of mouth. Because I've noticed those are the best jobs that I don't have to sell our company and our service as much. When, Cindy told her friend down the road, and she maybe sent her some photos of our work.
Yeah, Cindy's the best.
And Cindy, we love Cindy.
Love Cindy.
Cindy's got the whole neighborhood calling us.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, and that's my point, is it starts there. If I looked at Cindy as just another job and another client, and I need to get her finished so I can get to the next one, maybe she wouldn't go out of her way to try to recommend us to others. So I think that would be my number one.
So what I heard there is to treat every client or potential client like Sydney, even though several of them are going to be like Susie, and everybody knows Susies are real big jerks. Yes. All y'all Susies.
and treat Cindy like she's your last customer. Like you're not going to, have work after Cindy, right?
Yeah.
So that's super important too, it's easy to get distracted when the phone's blowing off the hook when you're standing with Cindy and helping with her job, because there's so many distractions, right? But being present with that customer when you're there with them,
it's tough.
Goes a long ways.
It takes a lot of bandwidth.
That's true. I can't look distracted.
You can't be too distracted. We're about ready to wrap this up pretty soon. So what I'm seeing here, and I'm pretty excited about it, is that you are planning on having your biggest season yet in 2025.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna need people. You're gonna need people to work. What kind of people are you hoping to hire? And give me a time frame.
Okay, type of people. We really like going for the younger guys versus older guys. No offense. I'm just kidding.
Boop, boop, boop. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're gonna go out back and wrestle after this. I know.
That was a little jab.
You're gonna take 2 or 3 of those.
I know. I'm not excited for that. Older people, and when I say older, 30s and stuff, they'll say, hey, I've had experience. I know what to do. I know how to do it. I don't really need any, guidance, or I can't be taught, essentially. And the younger guys, they're eager to learn. They want to learn the way that you found is fitting and works.
And so they don't know another way. Plus, and this, ageism aside, you might have someone who's 40 with a strong back. He's going to put in a great summer for you. But that's kind of just throwing junk around. And for a 40-year-old, you're not going to get a lot of those. Plus that back, no matter how young it is, it's still not 21 anymore.
That's right.
And then I love going on junk moves. I love throwing junk around. It's like, is the word cathartic? I'm not a smart person.
No, yeah, it's really, really satisfying too when you can fill the truck up and look behind you of what was a nightmare, And I think the clients can appreciate the before and after too. But like you said, young guys, they don't have a problem with their back, man. They'll just keip going.
How many are you looking to hire, and what's your time frame?
I would say I want to get another 2 to 3 trucks and have 2 guys per truck.
Okay.
Just so
you have
that's
one,
what we
two.
found
You have
best.
2 trucks now.
We have 3 now.
Oh, what?
Sometimes we don't have all the trucks running.
No,
like in
it's
these
life.
times. Yeah, and then in the summer we don't have enough trucks running. So
it's hard to rent a junk truck.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
rent a U-Haul and it's not going to work.
You can rent dump trailers, and you just need to put another pickup behind it, which I would recommend people that are starting as well.
So you'd recommend a new. Okay, let's do that. What would you recommend for a new junker who's obviously not coming to the shoots counting?
Yeah, that's right. Stay out of. No, I'm just kidding. Please, no, we like it. I would start with a pickup truck. That's a great baseline.
Hit me. What kind?
And
what size? What
Ford.
size?
Get a Ford.
What size of found on road dead?
I would get a full size bed.
Like a
the
1
short
ton?
beds
Is that what they
and the 1 tons.
Okay.
So that way, if you do put a trailer behind it, you could get away. A Toyota Tundra is a great option too. Those can pull a dump trailer.
Okay.
And you can rent a dump trailer locally for about $100 in most
day?
areas in a day, which could be a lot if you're only doing one job. That's $200.
You figure if you're going to take the time to rent the trailer for the day, hopefully you have 8 hours of work to do.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Multiple loads.
Yeah.
And because the thing is, in the pickup, it's great when you leave, but when you have to rip it all out of the truck when you get to the landfill, you're eating up half a day, and I guess could get a lot more volume done with a dump trailer.
Yeah. So you recommend a new junker to start with a 1 ton and either a dump bed that they buy, a dump trailer that they buy, or a dump trailer that they rent. Probably rent to start.
Yeah, and then eventually work into maybe an Isuzu truck, because you can't teach everybody to back a trailer up efficiently.
No.
At least in short time.
No,
right?
It takes time.
Yeah, and you're backing up next to Porsches and beautiful houses.
And everyone's looking at you at the dump like, look at this
Yes.
rookie,
Yeah,
541 rookie.
That's right. Can you jump in here and back this up for me? So, getting an Isuzu just has 2 mirrors is a great option, and it has a button in it with a dump bed. But yeah, don't be scared of a little labor in the beginning. I mean, nothing was easy for us. We were hand unloading almost half the time because the trailer wasn't working, and we had
You had setbacks?
we had you name it. We were
No.
putting jumper cables from the front of the truck to the trailer just to get it done. And so, no, those were the fun days.
And what'd you learn? No.
Yeah, that's right. Now I have an extra battery on deck just in case that happens. So you'll go places where there's not resources, if you're at the land or yard debris center and things of that nature, or in the middle of nowhere. So another good tip is load your truck up with all the tools and survival stuff you'll need to.
Just in case. Just in case.
Tires go and all kinds of things will happen. It's always at the best time.
Oh, yeah.
So
Always at the best time.
you're not running late for any jobs or projects when those things happen.
Well, speaking of running late for other jobs, we're about the end of all this. You gave the advice to everyone coming on. Remind everyone where they can find you at.
Yeah, so 541junkremoval.com. You can find us on Instagram, same handle, along with Facebook. And we don't use like Yelp or platforms like that anymore.
Oh, I saw you somewhere else. What was this place again? I was on OnlyFans. Yeah, don't you have an OnlyFans, 541 Junk?
Find us on OnlyFans,
just
541 Junk.
Throwing away, dumping that truck.
No pun intended. Well, thanks for having me too, Nate.
Of course, Chace.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, until next time, it's been Nate and Chace on the Venture into Business podcast, and I hope you have a good day.
Sweet. Where was I going here?
Hey man, we're running in circles because we're talking about the bubbly,
Yeah.